I was close to my house from the previous city we lived in, which is like almost 10 years ago. And we were basically outside at night, and there was a smaller solar system above us, like this one. Like, we could basically like see the sun disclose the planets, etc. But it was like our solar system instead of this one. And it was like the planets were moving like super fast and all, and basically that smaller solar system appears to be like an indicator of what's happening on our solar system in real life. For instance, like if this planet shoots a fireball in here, it also appears on that smaller one. I don't know why it was just my imagination, I guess, but yeah, it just happens. And we were just watching it, and at like in like 2 seconds the small earth on that solar system just turns into a huge fireball and basically just burns alive. And then everyone around us just starts to panic, just starts to run around, screaming, crying for help, because we're gonna die in like a few minutes maybe. But you know, at that point, like after seeing that, I felt like super peaceful, because like I had some stressful stuff to think about. For instance, like I was getting into streaming for the first time, I had some presentations to do, I had exams and stuff, and like all of them seemed like non-existent at that time, because well, everyone, and I mean like everyone, was about to die. Like if it was only me, I would be like super scared and panicking because it was only me, but like every single one of us was about to die. There was no escaping it, and I was like super peaceful and super in tune with it. I was just waiting for it, and I saw like my mom crying, asking like, what are we gonna do now? And I was like, well, I don't know, I guess we can wait for it together. And then like I saw my brother, who couldn't like understand the importance of the situation, like who couldn't even grasp it, and he was watching a video on his phone and named like every single bad day in history listed. And I remember it was like an 11-minute and 1 second video. It was like 1101, and he said something like, well, look at this, it seems like this world was not good anyway. By the way, we died out of suffocation in the game, and I was like, imagine this, they managed to fit the bad days in like 11 minutes. Imagine how many good days there were. You can't even fit it in a video of a lifetime. And then basically something like that supernova happened, and I just woke up. And yeah, it was something like that. That's how small those things are that we think are super important, like exams, how minor those fears or stresses. Yeah, exactly, like I felt like, well, I don't have to do them anymore. At the same time, like if I was alone there, like if I were the only one to die, I would practically like get destroyed and beg like, okay, I wish I could do them just not to die. But you know, when it's everyone and it's a problem for every single person on the planet, and there's no escaping it, I felt like there's no point in it anyway. Like I was just super in tune with it, accepted it immediately. I don't know if it would be like that in like in real life, but I really don't know. I really don't know how to feel about it. It just shook me to my core that day. I kept thinking about it that day, and for like a week actually. Like I kept thinking about it for a week. I was like, what if something happens like that and we actually cannot foresee it like that in my dream. Like, we knew we were going to die, but what happens if something like that happens in an instant? Or I don't know, like, how to feel about it, because I don't even know the reasoning why I feel uncertain about it, because, like, well, we're all gonna die at some point, but yeah, the music just hit right in time. Like, sure, we're all gonna die, but what would happen if we all died at the same time? Like, without leaving anything behind, no legacy, no, I don't know, no inheritance, nothing to look after for, nothing to care for, and just disappeared all at once, and didn't care for anything else. Like, what's people going to think about me in the future, because there's no one to think about you anyway? What's gonna happen to my belongings? Well, there's no belongings anyway. What would happen if this didn't happen? Well, we can never know, because it did happen to everyone, etc. Like, what would happen if something like that happened? What would we feel like? Or would it even be better than just dying alone by yourself, or even with surrounded by people but they can't join you at that time? I kinda wonder, and I don't know, and it's especially scary when I don't know what awaits us after that.